Okay, everybody. So this is session 1 of the new mini campaign, Last Flight to Sharn. That's what this campaign is called. Last time we did character creation, but the second half was an oh my god, an introduction to the new setting, to this new group, and where you guys are starting off. We're starting off in on there. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. Starting off in the capital city of this nation. And the capital city is called Fairhaven. That's where you guys are starting. We had a quick flashback of your group and their previous job. They had to, protect a magical box and deliver it to a mage, and the box ended up getting destroyed as they were fighting a creature in the forest. You guys kind of had to come back with your tail between your legs and face the wrath of the the overseer of that branch in Fairhaven, and he lets you guys know that you're on probation and that this is kind of like your last chance working with this guild. Your reputation was is kind of going through the ringer right now. You guys are at 3 stars. You guys went down to 3 stars. Where were you guys at previously? You're probably at like 3.5, and you're quickly making your way up to 4, which is like you guys were on an upward trajectory, and it was looking good. And then that happened, and it took a big hit. Whatever you're delivering was pretty important, and since it got destroyed, it looked very bad on your crew. And then we cut back to the current timeline. You have a new job. The task before you is simple. Deliver a package sealed in reinforced steel and bound with arcane locks to a noble in Sharn. You have 7 days. No questions, no delays. You've already seen what your failure can cost. Just weeks ago, as I said before, your last job ended in catastrophe. Now, under probation, this delivery is your chance at redemption. So, 1 package, 1 airship, 1 chance to get back into good standing. It is the morning time. I'll say that it's like 8 a.m. and the airship is setting off at 10. So you guys know you have to get to like the air hangar soon. So, but I'll ask, as it's the morning time, as you guys wake up at the Fairhaven branch for the Wayfinder Foundation, what's everybody doing? I'll start with Hall. How is he getting his morning ready?
Hall kind of has his book out with the various things to look out for during their travels, and he's kind of looking. He's like, "Oh, well, maybe if I inspect the hole a little earlier, we can make sure that this, we can increase our speed by at least 3 minutes."
Okay.
He's kind of writing those down, kind of hurriedly with his notes before kind of closing that up. He just checks kind of his old brass plating, making sure none of it's popped open, especially because we're going to be high off the ground.
I'm sorry, high off the. Oh, sorry, you're cut. Oh, your audio is cutting off a little bit. Is it just me?
No, it could be. Let me.
You sound better now.
Okay, you're back.
Close out a few things. Yeah, but just making sure that like all his plating is properly fastened because we'll be up high. I think he would try to catch Van outside of Aliar's room, just because he figured he might chat him up a bit.
Okay, Van, you run into Hall in the morning.
Wake up early, I see.
Yes, I try to keep. Well, actually, I don't really sleep. But I try to keep a schedule just to keep up with the rest of the party. But I was wondering, Van, if this may be a little personal, but when you were fashioned, was your purpose to protect Aliar or his family?
Alar,
Sorry.
you're good.
Not quite. I I mean, I was built for the war, and I was built to fight during the war. Uh, I fell. Uh, the what's oh shit? What his family name? Aylar some things.
Um, Alar Tavares.
Oh, Tavares.
Yes.
Note it down.
Yeah,
Um,
that's probably something you would know.
Yes. I found my way into how Tavares, right?
Tavar. I'll put it in the chat. Tavares.
I found my way into House Tavares mainly by luck and I guess you could say it's destiny.
Like a pre-written fate. So you were always meant to work for House Tavares?
Maybe.
Um, at what point would you finish serving them? When the house is long gone, or?
Well, for me, I was just gonna I was just gonna serve them for as long as I can. Because yeah, I think I found my place. I think that is where I want to, continue considers my homes and considers where I spend the rest of my life serving.
Huh. I, um. Place to call your own. I apologize. It's an unfamiliar concept. For me, at the war, I mostly hauled things to and fro, and I kind of kept doing that with the guild. So I guess how do you know what destiny has in store for you?
I mean, for me, destiny is not something that can be explained or something it's just something that that is your destiny. It's hard to explain for me, but um, it's just something that is feel right. When you uh, you seem to be in trouble. Like you have some troubled thought.
No, not trouble. But I did feel sad that we were unable to accomplish our transit last time with that displacer beast.
Right.
And it got me thinking because even while we were fighting, I was more worried about the cargo, and I knew I shouldn't have been. I snapped out of it, but I don't know.
And it got you thinking about.
Well, like you said, you found your calling after the war and found your place. I guess I've just been going into the same place and just fitting that same role. And I don't know, it just something about it feels off now. But
Right. I see. Well, I'm happy to, I mean, within my abilities to help you to find your place. But let's talk about it more when we're in the airship. We're gonna have more time there. For now, let's make sure that we're not gonna miss the airship because it's
of
important.
course. And I've been meaning to do a pre-flight checklist, so it'll take my mind off of these thoughts. And when we're in Sharn, we can talk about it more.
Of course, we're gonna be on the airship for like a couple of days. We have plenty of time to talk and maybe do some team buildings. Maybe that's something that we need.
Oh, well, I know that the Iron Fangs have a sort of a group gesture where they kind of clasp hands. Maybe is that what you mean by team building? We'd be cementing that as well as maybe coming up with a name.
Yeah, coming up with a name is a good start. Other than that, though, I mean, we can if that's something that we want to do. It's not my favorite kind of group activities or behaviors, but something similar would
Well,
be
I think
nice.
Sirona and Ayla would probably have better ideas regarding a name for this group. But I mean, the Iron Fangs are on the track to be 5 stars, and I figure we should aspire to be 5-star transporters.
Yeah, you see, yeah, we should be a spy, but we don't have to look after them too much, or like copy what they're doing. Just because they're doing something right doesn't mean it's gonna work for us.
Oh,
It's the
oh,
same. It's the same for like just because for your question earlier, like just because I'm doing something, right, doesn't mean that if you do something, the similar thing is gonna work for you. Just you have to find your own way to succeed. But don't worry about it. We
is it
will
all right
talk
if I
more.
quote you on that?
Sure, of course.
Perfect. And he'll take out his book and kind of begin transcribing their conversation.
So I thought of something fun for the first roll of the session. As you guys are talking, like, I'm gonna say you guys are talking in the hallway.
Yes, please.
This is
Yes,
exactly
please.
what I was gonna do.
Yes, please.
Oh, listen, this is like all of us syncing up right now.
Yes.
Meg,
Yeah.
if you roll low, they're going to see someone stumbling out of your room trying to sneak out.
Oh,
You
yeah.
roll high, which is a 15 and above, he leaves out the window.
Okay. Sure. I feel like at the start, I was so like, oh, I'm gonna disappoint people and roll past this. It's gonna be fine.
No, you showed yourself to be true as ever.
I feel like you hear like some like muffled arguing behind her door first, of like her telling him, she's like, no, out of the window, out of the window.
He's like, no, I'm gonna scrape my knee. Last time I scraped my knee. I can't. No, I'm gonna
But
keep
last
this
time you
body.
weren't seen, so out of the window, and she'll start like ushering him to the window.
No. It's early in. It's like it's early in the morning, babe.
People will be awake. People are awake. Unlike your good self, people do take morning jobs. Morning deliveries.
It's super early. I don't hear anybody. Shh, it's okay. It's okay. There's nobody out here.
I can't take that risk. And she'll like kind of like try to block the door a little bit, but I mean,
So, I'm sorry. He's stronger than you. Kind of just. It's
but like
okay.
as he kind of like pulls her, she like opens the door, so he like sort of like rolls out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like he sort of like stumbles out into the hall.
And because it was a nat one, they also see you, Meg, your character. They see Sirona opening the door for him, and him telling you like it's okay, and him like leaning in to give you a goodbye kiss, and that's where Hall and Vanguard, you see them.
Oh, curious. Good
Oh,
morning.
Ah,
Oh,
Oh,
and she'll like kind of push him away.
oh, he's still like buckling his belt. That's like one shoe off, and he's still like holding his hand. And he's like, "Oh, hey, losers."
Miss Sirona and Mr. Gerard.
This isn't
Uh,
this isn't what you think it is. He was just I because it's such an important job. I just
Right.
thought perhaps maybe we need some experience from, well, a more experienced guild. And
Right. We had an early morning meeting, and I needed to help fix her dresser drawer.
What?
Right.
And she'll kind of like look at him like,
I didn't know Gerard was a carpenter, a man of many skills.
Hey. Listen, you stick with me, and you'll learn a lot of things.
well,
Well.
thank you so much for your help.
We could always
think
use a fifth member. He's talking to Hall.
Oh,
no, Hull is
I mean-
ours.
oh, yes. Sorry, I have prior commitments, but maybe at a later time.
I'll hold you to it. I'm going to get some coffee. He like winks at you, and then continues to walk down the hall. Just like kind of hops on one foot to get one shoe on and leave.
You would really join the Iron Fangs.
I mean,
And she'll start like closing the door as she's like
That's-
getting her stuff together as she's.
well, it was a nice way to decline the offer. Maybe years from now, if they're still around and still functional.
Well, what about us? And she'll like kind of turn her back. 'cause
Oh,
she
I
can't-
apologize.
She can't see Van.
Tens of years once most of our mortal party members have expired. I'm trying to think forward a bit. 'Cause I assume that. I apologize. This very dark conversation. But that's what I meant. As far as.
Well,
I
if
think
you
I've
fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. So I think having plans is good. Yeah, and she'll kind of like turn to Van, but like really slowly. Like,
Miss Sirona.
it really wasn't what it looked like.
I mean,
Truly.
okay. I get it. I get it. We are going into a missions. We're probably just gonna stuck in an airship for a few days. You want to get it out of your system. I get it. But like, come on, like, Gerard, really?
Like you said, letting off some steam, one-time thing. Absolutely the first and last time.
Inside check.
One-time thing. Biggest mistake. Biggest mistake, Van.
19 on the inside.
I didn't ask for it, but that was
I'm-
funny.
oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I was
I'll
just
allow
like-
it. I'll allow it. It was funny.
I was like,
The first
Right.
of the end of a series of
Right,
mistakes.
right.
Um,
I mean, I just hope that there's no feeling involved.
feelings for him. Honestly, Van.
God.
Of course, there's no
Yes.
feelings.
Yes.
You can't read me that well.
Well, I hope so. I hope that I'm reading you wrong.
Exactly. So we can just.
Honestly, so like, I don't get it. Like, if we talk about like members of the guild, if your type is an elf, we have like Ravens, the Lightbringers. If you into more muscular mans, we have Garrix, the the Destroyers. If you into something more exotics, I heard some people call them Scaly, the Tobas, the Slayer of Dragons. There's Pom Pom, the High Priest of Timaras. I mean, maybe not Pom Pom. Some people say that he's weird. I haven't met him, but maybe not. But my point is,
Are these
among our
people-
guild,
Oh, sorry.
my point is, among our guild, we have so many respectable and suitable members.
But he is the leader of the guild that's closest to 5 stars. So really,
you
it just means my taste
you're
is the best of
defending
the
him.
best. not
You did
defending
something.
him! Van, I'm not defending him. He's horrid. He's horrid. And he's I have nothing. Hall, you understand, right? You
So you need to-
understand.
Could you put into words what he is? You kind of drifted off there, and he's got his book open. So he's horrid, and then
Foul.
foul. Okay,
Stupid.
stupid. These are strange qualities for a good, competent leader.
No, this isn't. No, I'm not looking. This isn't a long term. No, this is just. You know, adventurers meet adventurers sometimes, and sometimes they spend the night together. That's not. I don't need to defend myself. I am a fully grown woman who is able to make her own decisions. Not always will they be the best decisions. However, he is the leader of the closest guild to 5 stars.
Yes, the Iron Fangs are doing so well. They might move out of this branch.
Well, that can only be a blessing, can't it?
Well,
And you hear a sigh of disappointment from Van as you guys move, as you get ready for the rest of the day. We'll say Alar is asleep, and Van, you have to go and just carry his kind of unconscious limp body. that's
still
what's
in
going on
his
with him.
pyjama.
Yeah. So you guys head out. After Sirona, you get ready. You guys know this is going to be at least a week trip, so you're packing accordingly. So whatever you need for at least a week. As you make your way throughout Fairhaven, and soon enough, you go to the airship docks. And so as you're making your way there, you can see it's this large kind of. It looks like an air hangar in a sense, and so there's lots of people walking around, lots of workers. As you can see the ship, you can see the name of the ship on the side. You see the Skyseer. It rests at the airship docks. Its bound elemental ring is crackling with like this restrained energy, and you can hear the air humming with arcane power as House. I'm gonna say Lorendar, those workers prepare for departure. So you just see lots of people, like busy bees. Everybody's moving around, getting stuff ready. You could see, I forgot the man's name who spoke to you last time. The head of the Fairhaven branch.
Eleron.
Aerith, yes. He kind of stands there, back straight, and waits for you. And you guys all see him next to, presumably, your job, the package. He's kind of just stock straight. He has like a clipboard in his hands, and kind of just waits for you all as you approach. Oh, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And you see him like he pulls out like a watch from his pants, like a loop.
Sirona visibly cringes at him, like,
Again, he goes, "Here is your package, and it is of the utmost importance. Do not break it. Do not ruin it. Get it to Sharn in 7 days or less.
or less.
Do not tarnish it. Place it in a safe area, and you may yet regain your reputation and move up within the Foundation. Do you understand?"
Loud and clear.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
yes,
Absolutely, sir. It won't be a problem, sir.
So you see the package. It looks a little bit larger than you guys originally thought. But yes, it's sealed in like reinforced steel as before, and you can see the arcane locks on it. It looks like some heavy magic is being done to keep this thing intact and so nobody can tamper with it. Is there anyone who would like to give me an Arcana check?
Definitely Hall. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead,
no.
Sirona.
Whoever would like to. Anybody can make this roll.
You sure?
Yeah. I
Okay, I'm just going. I'm just going for it. I'm just going.
You sure? I just rolled a 1.
You should have done it, man. That's a 7.
No, Hall can roll as well. Anybody who
Oh,
feel like
nice.
they would
Yeah,
be
roll as
checking
well.
it.
There
Yeah!
we go, my man.
Meg, this is not funny anymore. This is crazy.
It's actually a problem.
To Sirona, it just looks like a metal box made out of steel. You can see arcane locks, but you're like, yeah, this is kind of pretty standard.
Dirty.
Hull, with an 18, you feel massive magical energy emanating from within inside of it, and you're not sure, without seeing it, how stable whatever is inside is. So you get a feeling like something is off.
Did anyone
Or-
vet this package? It's outputting way more magical energy than it should.
That's... I didn't get that. No.
I mean, if you look right here, you can kind of see it seeping through some of the plating. It doesn't seem that stable. So any kind of rough winds that might occur could jostle whatever's inside, but I can't make a better reading of this without opening it.
She'll kind of bend down to like have a better look, and then sort of like look up a hole. Do you think we could find a way to reinforce it on the journey?
Not with the tools available. We could secure it in the hold so it doesn't move as much, but I don't know what we're dealing with inside, and we were instructed not to open it.
Should we maybe keep hold of it at all times?
Yes.
It just seems the safest way.
It is quite large, but we could feasibly hold it.
I mean, thing is, we don't quite understand the natures of the magics from the package, so it could be dangerous to ourselves. But I turn to the branch master
Yes.
and Holt. Yeah, can you? Are you sure about your observations?
Quite. Yes, if it were to become more unstable, it could destroy itself. But again, I don't know what's inside.
So, can I turn to the branch masters and like, can I query a little bit more about the nature of the package? Because my
You see him look at
friends
his
here-
watch. You have about 5 minutes before you have to board. So,
Yeah.
if you have a question,
So,
ask it now.
my whole thing that this might be dangerous because he can see that there's magics elements leaking from the package. So I don't know if the package is secure enough to be deliveries on the airships. They might react. I don't know how it would react is in terms of like if something happens, collisions, rains, storm.
And this is where your team comes in, he says. You are the professionals here. You have dealt with packages as such before, and so has the Wayfinder Foundation. Magical packages as these are very common.
Right. I mean, I understand that it's our responsibilities. I just want to know if there's any information about what inside the box that you can give us.
I have no inside information about what is inside the box. I know it must be delivered to Sharn within 7 days. That's what you need to know. And that's all you need to know.
I think that's a perfect amount of information. Come on, boys! And she'll start like trying to, haul, haul the crate.
Oh, let me assist you. And Hall will grab the other side of the crate.
So it is quite heavy. What is Hall's strength?
2.
Okay, and Sirona?
One.
Yeah,
Okay. And for Van, what is his strength?
I have to.
Okay, so Sirona, if you're trying to carry the other side, it is extremely heavy. And so it's almost like about to fall to the ground and like start to scrape for you.
Van. And she'll start like trying to like wave him over, but sort of try and keep it, on her side.
I just back next to her and give her a hand, pick it up.
Thank you.
So you guys take it, and you start to walk up, not the steps, but it's like a
Gangway.
yeah, kind of like that. But it's slanted as you guys have to kind of walk up, and you make your way up to the Skyseer, and at the top, you see a woman is waiting there for your group. And you see an elven. Well, she looks half elven. Maybe Sirona, you might notice that. People get elven, half elven mixed up a lot. There's not that many differences.
It's
But
important to us, though.
yes, it's very important that people notice. I need, as you guys are kind of stepping up to the ship. Well, I'll ask for this later. But you see the it looks to be like the captain of the ship, but guessing by the colors that she's wearing, and she has like a certain pin. Doesn't say captain, but it shows like the house Lorendar seal on her. She's waiting for you guys as you come up. She's so you must be the high priority passengers, as like all of her workers moving around really quickly and getting everything ready. She says, I'm Captain Sarantha de Lorendar, and the Skyseer is my ship. This is a simple run from Fairhaven to Sharn with a scheduled pit stop in Rote for refueling and supplies. If everything stays on schedule, we'll reach Sharn in about 4 days.
Oh, 4 days.
Yes. If everything stays on the schedule, yes.
Well, we will do our best to ensure that it does. From what we can do, obviously, as representatives from the guild.
Of course. A few rules before I let you onto the ship proper. Stay out of the engine room. Do not tamper with the cargo hold security. And if you cause trouble or if anything goes wrong, House Lorendar won't hesitate to throw you off at the next stop. You do your job and we'll do ours. Is that understood?
Yes. What cargo hold security is there, so we can best stay out of its way?
She says, my men are on a 24-hour rotation of the cargo hold. Especially, I've been informed that you have very important cargo that needs to be kept safe. And I'm guessing that's it? And her eyes kind of point down at the box you guys are holding.
Yes, we were hoping you maybe had extra ropes to lash this down. I'm just worried about the fragility of what's inside.
Of course. If you follow me, I can take you to the cargo hold. And again, this is the only way that you could come down here. You have to be escorted by me personally. And so she takes you. There's like 3 levels to the entire ship. The ship is very large. She takes you down. First level. I can show you the first level.
Oh.
Ooh, fancy. Oh. Oh wait. Are you guys here? Do you guys see it?
No.
Nope.
No.
Still the OG map.
But. There you
Oh,
go.
we're switching. We're switching.
There you go.
Woohoo!
So this is the first level. You guys walk on. She takes you down. You get to the second level, and you can see this is where all of the rooms are. She says this is where you guys will all be staying and sleeping for the night. And then you guys go down another flight of stairs as you get to the third level. And this is a lot of where cargo is held, a lot of other inventory boxes, other stuff like that. So you see a lot of alcohol, food, stuff like that as you guys continue. And eventually, you guys walk towards the back here.
Okay.
And you can see a small, if for attentive people, you can see a small like outline or print of a dragon into the floor of the ship. But she takes you back here as you guys are holding the box. And you could see there's 2 guards who are standing at the front who kind of opened the door, let you guys in. She nodded at them. She says, "This is where you can place your package. And I assure you it will be safe here."
Of course. Van, if you'll drop down that end, we'll just set this up.
Yep. Yeah, we drop it down. Van kind of scan the whole rooms, see if there any like securities problem that he can find.
Yeah, as they're scanning the room, there's the only door. There's no windows. The only door in and out was that door to come in here, and even that door had like a lock on it, like to a safe, like to a vault, like a large that had to be twisted open. And you can see that 2 guards had to put a key in together at the same time to unlock it. So it's seemingly very secure. So yes, that's the only way to get in and out.
Can I don't know, maybe roll some things to see if I know anything about house Sirona?
Sirona?
Yes.
Sirona's the name of Meg's character.
Oh wait, no, wait. What?
Surrender.
Oh, about the captain?
What is the captain against? Surrender.
I'll send you. I will put
Yes,
her
please.
name. I'll put her name.
Yes, please.
Surrender. Love it. So whenever you see a D apostrophe something,
Oh.
that means that the D's mean of. It means of something. So she's the house of Lirandar.
Yeah,
I feel
Lirandar.
like I'm not saying that, but you want to roll lore to see what you can recall about this house?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Give me roll lore.
4.
Whoa. Okay.
Hey.
So kind of like, I mean, basic information that most people know is that that's like the half elven organization that controls trade and like transportation, and weather manipulation. That's what their kind of dragon mark gives them. Their special dragon mark gives them those powers and all that good stuff. But anything deeper, your mind's kind of blanking, but you kind of know the basics of what everybody in the zeitgeist kind of knows of this house.
All right. Once I guess me and host is just gonna try to secure the back gate inside the rooms. Maybe find some rope or something that to try to anchor it down.
Okay. Yeah, there's lots of supplies down here on this floor anyway, so you guys are able to find plenty of stuff to tie it down. So it does seem like it is secure here.
Well, this should stop any of that magical output that's coming out of this box, so we don't have to worry about any ill effects to us or the rest of the crew with this vault. But and now that we've secured it, I feel a little more comfortable leaving this alone.
When you say don't bother the storage container employees, does that mean we can't come down and check on the package just to make sure it's still here?
You can ask the two security at the front.
Perfect.
But after this is closed, there should be no reason you need to come back down here until we arrive at your destination.
Understood. We just want to be really thorough.
Of course.
There's a lot of writing on this.
Of course, of course. I've been briefed about how important this package is.
You've been
Yes.
briefed.
Yes.
Does
Then
that include about us? At all?
I
In
was
that
just
brief,
told
or
about
just-
I was just told about a package.
Perfect. Okay, no worries.
Important package.
That's fine. I just. It's good to know how much information we both have about each other. You know.
Is there something I should know?
No, no, of course not. No, no. It's just this is very important to us. Just want to make sure we do the best job possible. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well then,
Um,
if that is everything, everybody, please step out of the room.
we step out of
Yes.
the room.
As the package gets secured, you guys all step out, and you can you see it in the room by itself as the door begins to shut. And she says, "Well, please follow me, and I will take you back up to. Well, you can stay here at the second floor where you can rest, or you can explore the ship as you like. Just stay out of the areas that I mentioned before."
Yes, of course. Refrain from being in the engine room and from the third floor. So I'm going to go and inspect the first floor.
Okay. Where's everybody else going?
Yeah. Also, want to have a look around, see what's about,
Okay.
who's there.
I'm gonna stay here and ask the captain a couple questions first.
Sure. Yeah, you see her. She's making her way back up to the top floor. Do you want to walk and talk with her?
Yeah, I'm walking top. Captain Sirona, just a moment.
How can
May
I help
I?
you?
Yes, may I queries about the guest list that is on our airships?
As far as I know, it's just you four and my men
Oh, that's
and women.
that is a relief. I see is the guy look like an assassin there. Probably not. Anyway, and your men and your crew members. How many are there?
There is about 40 or 45 of us in total.
That's a big group.
It's a very large ship.
I mean, I have complete faith in you, and how you manage the ships. But it's just as a if you have any need of if you need a hand on anything, just let me know. So I'm happy to help with the managings of the ships or whatever you need during our travel.
Of course, of course. Now I have all the help that I need, but I will remember this. Um, how about you give me an influence roll for her? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
8.
Hey, yeah. She goes. I'll keep that in mind.
And also just one quick question. Is the ships equipped with any sort of weapons to defend itself, like mangonels, artilleries, cannons?
This is a purely transportational ship, so there's nothing that's attached to the ship that. There's no artillery that is attached to the ship, but I do have some men who have some weapons. Were someone to try to board the ship, but it's very rare. You know, airship battles, things like that. People coming on mid flight. It doesn't happen really. What,
Just
Meg?
precautions.
Yes.
Yeah, just a precautions. I'm sure everything will be fine. But I leave you to your to your jobs for now.
Mhm.
But I guess how do what can I say in this situation? I guess I'll see you again soon after we took flight.
Uh, oh, yes, I'm sure. I'll send a couple of my
Take
crew
flight.
to come notify you when dinner is ready.
Right.
But I know your kind doesn't eat, right? Or
That'll be correct. I don't eat, but my other team members and probably especially my young master might need some specifics. Food and but it's all right. I talked to the cook.
okay. It's not that type of ship, so we eat what is served to us, sir.
I understand, but just gonna try to make the best out of what we have.
Of course. Is there anything else you need?
For now, it's nothing. I'm just gonna let you back to your busy captain's, business.
Of course. And by that time, you guys were walking and talking. You're back up at the top. You could see that a lot of the workers are kind of rolling up the weights that were holding the ship in place, getting everything to kind of get ready for its final takeoff. Um, but Sirona, Hall, what are you guys looking for? What are you guys doing?
Hall would like to examine this elemental ring at the back, just to kind of see how it functions. It's beyond him, but he'd like to see how it starts up and gets the ship off the ground.
um, can you give me a perception check?
Yes.
Was that 15? Perfect. Perfect. You notice the finer details of the ship's elemental binding. And you could see, once again, it is kind of like pure, well, it's kind of like, it's pure magic, which is binding this elemental in place. But there is something, there's another part that you're not seeing right now that's helping bind it. It's in another part of the ship. So it's probably, you were told not to go into a certain place, so you could probably ascertain that it's this room that is kind of the second half to making all of this work. And you can see that it is it's an air elemental too, as well.
Strange. I wish they would let us examine the engine. This is fascinating.
And then you see certain members of the crew are kind of like trying to walk around you. Excuse us, sir, excuse us.
Oh, yes, of course, of course.
Oh, wait, are you? You're our guests. Yes. You see, like, there's a man and a woman who are about to go, like, tend to like the area around the elemental.
Yes, but I can assist if it helps expedite our travel. I
No,
was informed
we're
that it was 4 days, but we could cut it down to 3.
no. If the captain says 4 days, it's probably 4 days, and we're on schedule. We will be leaving in, I think, 15 minutes.
Are you sure? I am very capable.
No, but thank you. This is we have it all under control.
Of course.
And yes, you are our guest, so you don't have to do any of the work.
All right. Well, I'm going to go inspect just the railing, just to make sure no one can fall off.
Well,
Really.
it's perfectly safe, but okay.
And so you see Hall just pop out his book and just mark off each item.
Oh.
And Sirona?
She is kind of just like, like walking up and down the ship just to see like what kind not like what kind of crews are out, but like how you have like some deckhands or whatever who are like scrubbing the deck. Like she's sort of like making the rounds kind of thing, just like introducing herself to like them, and then
A lot of them are just kind of like nodding at you politely, unless you ask them a question, and they're still getting to work. You see
Yeah.
a lot of people like up on the side of the ship, like tightening up the ropes and the weights, as you could feel the ship kind of sway as it feels lighter as it's about to take off proper.
She'll once she kind of gets the gist that she's just sort of getting in the way, she'll make her way back over to Hall, like as he's like sort of like looking at the railing.
Yeah.
Does it pass health and safety?
It is fine craftsmanship. A lot of the joints were held together, and then they used some kind of adhesive to. Sorry. But yes, no, it's great. It's much better than I calculated. We'll make it there in 4 days.
How much more do you have on your checklist? Maybe I can tick some off for you.
93 items, but 53 aren't possible without seeing the engine. So about 40.
Well, I can still take some for you. We're a team. We can get Van involved. We can half the job quicker and just really
if you're
focus on the
sure.
job. Because this job is really, really important. I know you know how important it is, but it's if this probation doesn't go well, I will have no family name. I will have no family name. I will have no access to family gold. So you see, this is really, and I've worked really. I've sacrificed. I've sacrificed a lot to be here and to make it this far. And everyone's perfect. Everyone's great. Our whole crew is fantastic. It's just I really need this to go well. You understand?
I can assure you on my honor that we'll make it there in 4 days. I tried to convince the crew that we could slim it down to 3, but yes. Well, I mean, I'm unfamiliar with the term of family title, but I'm sure we'll succeed at this, and everything will go back to normal, except our star rating won't go up.
Well, it might go up. It might go up.
The failure with the previous package impacted our rating considerably.
I suppose my father will hear about that.
Yes. I don't know too much about your father. Is he well known in trade?
It's how do I? The Moondrifts are extremely talented members of the guild as a whole. It's a generational thing. Everybody sort of does their time here, and then we go off and do bigger and grander things. Some people obviously stay here and they make an incredible life as an adventurer. But yes, it's just my father. He's elven. I'm a half elf. You see, she sort of like points to her as. And
yes.
Well, I have many siblings, and it's been known that if you don't pass or do the required time involved with the guild, he cuts you off. He's very strict. There's I mean, being a Moondrift, it's a big reputation.
Yes.
So he can be quite strict. When I say I sacrificed a lot, I mean this is really important. And I mean, I'm enjoying it here. Are you enjoying it here?
Yes. Would you say being a Moondrift is where you belong and your purpose?
My purpose.
Sounds like a lot of your family found vocation through the family name.
No, that's true. You're right. My purpose. I don't know if being a Moondrift is my entire purpose. I think I have many places to see. I have many people to help and argue with and debate with and learn all these things from. So I think maybe my purpose is to take in as much of the world as I can. I don't think I've ever said that before. I don't think I've ever even thought that before.
So just the entire continent to see the entire continent? Would that fulfill your purpose, or do you look beyond it? Sorry, that was irrational. But
No, I think as long as I'd known that I'd done my best to be true to myself. That seems very adventure-esque, doesn't it? I understand. I just think I feel like you owe it to yourself to do everything you want and have no regrets about it.
would you say this is a gut feeling? Something?
Yes, exactly that. I feel it. It feels lighter when I make a decision that I know benefits me or services me in some way. Not in a selfish way. Not in a selfish way. I mean, you know when you do like a really good job at something, and somebody compliments you, and you feel that sort of inside. Do you feel that? Do you get that? Do you guys feel that?
I have a catalog of our track record, and we have been praised when we do succeed in the guild. I can't say that I've felt this lighter feeling, but I will take your word at it, and if I can, I'll quote you on it.
Well, maybe when you do feel this lighter feeling, you should follow it.
I'll try. I'm unfamiliar with it, but a lighter feeling and a gut response. Yeah, Van said it's just something that occurs that you'll know, and you do something that you're meant to.
I feel like Van knows a lot more about things than he lets on.
Yes.
He's very wise in his own way. Sometimes when I speak to him, I feel like even when I'm a whole mumble-jumble mess, I feel like he understands exactly what I'm talking about and knows exactly what I need to hear. Do you understand that?
Yes. Van is very perceptive.
Yes, perceptive. So I would listen to what Van says. I definitely keep that in mind, especially in matters of things like fate and destiny and purpose and fulfillment, gut feelings. I feel like he's definitely, that's him. Van, over here. And she'll kind of like wave and like try, sort of like lean across to make herself seem better.
As you guys are talking and as you're calling over Van, you could see that the crew has abruptly like stopped pulling up the rope to kind of, because they have like pulled up the ladder already to like everybody step up and come in, and you could see like there's a commotion where the captain is and where kind of that walk up ladder is. As she's kind of looking over and she's waving her hand, can't quite hear her just yet, but she's like making some motions. Looks like something's going on over where she's
Something
at.
already.
That's an ill omen. We should probably check it out.
Let's take a closer look, I think. And she'll kind of like, maybe, I don't know if people are crowded or whatever, but start sort of like picking her way across.
As you guys start making your way over there, you see that there is a group of 4 guys who are waving their hands to be let on. And the captain is looking down at them like, no, it's too late. We've already... And you could see the Iron Fangs holding on to a piece of paper, like waving it. And you see her like sigh, and then she tells the crew, let them in. Let the ladder out. And you could see them. They don't question her. They let it down, and you can see them making their way in. A group of, rough-looking individuals. They march aboard. You can see their leader smirking, and he has like a long coat on to stay warm. He casually like flips a coin to one of the crew members before talking to the captain. and you could see them kind of like looking at the paper that he has. He has his arms folded, and she's like looking back up at them, like confused. I don't think you guys are quite close enough to hear the conversation, but you can see that she's like confused about what's going on, but she's reading the paper.
This cannot be happening. This cannot be happening.
The guild must have thought we needed assistance.
I doubt that.
Isn't
So
this a
do I,
boon, though,
man.
having the extra hands as well as the experience of a 5-star?
Hall, forget everything you saw this morning. We have been in constant competition with the Iron Fangs. If they are here, it is not to help us. Ever.
Oh.
They're not helpful people. Any of them. None of them. To be here is to this was our airship. This is our airship to Sharn. For our package.
I mean,
Miss Sirona, just calm down. Let's wait and see what exactly is the situation.
Well, let's just turn around and not make eye contact with them, and maybe we can avoid them for the 4 days that we're here. And she'll like turn around to like face the rail, like like look out and see.
Yeah.
She's still standing there, obviously, like with them.
I forgot to show you guys this earlier, but this is what the box looks like.
oh.
So it is down there. But yeah, so you see the 4 men come up. This is what they look like.
Oh boy.
Please be sexy.
I don't know if you know their names. Meg, you can choose which one Gerard is.
Oh, which one? Which one? Ooh.
Yeah, this is gonna
No,
say a
but
lot
you-
about. This is gonna say a lot about Meg.
Hunters. He's one of the hunters, right?
Yeah.
So one of the ones with the bow.
Wait, are they twins? Are those two
Yeah.
hunters twins?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
One has like a piece of hair that's braided, that's longer.
That one, the one with the braided hair seems more like him. You know, like more showy.
No, it's
Seem
just like
more like
no,
him?
it's like Anakin in Star Wars. It's like one
yeah,
braid.
it's like so
So
showy. You know, yeah. I feel like that's him. And the fact that he's the shortest one, I feel like makes it.
Oh my god.
They're the same height. I think his brother just has like there's more heel.
He has a wider stance.
But yes, you see them all, and yes, there are 2 of them who just aren't wearing shirts. That's how they always dress. They're always hot. They never get cold. As they
Why is that
all
guy holding
step
on to a stick?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Okay.
about it. That's his favorite stick. You can ask him if you want to talk to them.
Sure.
But yes, the Iron Fangs are now aboard as they see you guys, and you kind of see the captain. She's looking at the paperwork and making sure that it's all legitimate because this is so last minute. She looks confusing. He says, "Apologies, Captain, but House Orion has booked us passage. You know how it is, business, competition. We'll be minding our own, of course." Kind of just slaps the paper in her hand, and the group walks past her.
It is quite strange. They didn't come with any parcel or letter that I can see. What do you think they're transporting?
Their egos.
Maybe it's a different kind of missions. No, that doesn't exactly have to be an transporting missions. Or maybe it's just maybe it's something small like a letter, something that they can fit in their various skimpies and outfits. I don't know.
It's definitely something small. I told you the branch manager was setting us up. I told you. He gives us this huge crate that it takes 2 of us to carry. That's to be locked in its own room. That's unstable, and they get something invisible.
Miss Aronas, just calm down. So during yours, let's call it an adventure. During your adventure last night.
We're not talking about this. This isn't something.
No, but did Did Gerard mention anything about going on a mission today?
There wasn't much talking involved.
Right. I see.
You see why I didn't want to sort
I-
of talk about
alright.
this.
Hall's
If I'd
face
have
break-
known,
No.
if I'd have known, I'd have told you. Of course, you're my team. We're a team. We're all each other's team. If I'd have known, I'd have told you.
You hear a large behind you guys as you're talking.
I think someone's trying to get our attention. Do we still keep looking at the horizon?
She like nods like under, I feel like she's got like a hood up. She just sort of like nods under that, so you can kind of see her hood, like, but not as much as it would be if it was off.
They obviously recognize you guys, but it's not Gerard talking. It's the big berserker, black guy. He's like, well. If it isn't the probation squad, I wasn't expecting to run into you so soon. Thought you'd be running errands for farmers after that displacer beast fiasco. Guess someone still has faith in you.
A lot of people have faith in us, actually. And then she'll turn around at that.
You could see Gerard off to the side. He's kind of like behind them, so they're not looking at him. He's like, he does a finger wave at you. The guy in the front, he's like, shame if something went wrong. Again. Tell me,
Yeah,
how's life with that 3-star rating? I imagine it stings.
Iron Fangs, quite a pleasure. I also didn't expect to see each other so soon. Honestly, those 3 stars not that bad. In my book, 3-star is perfectly average, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should try it sometime.
I think we're reading from different books. Mine has a lot of pictures in it. And it says that it shows stars and that 5 is the best. You must be reading one of those books with all the words.
Right.
Huh. Picture books are better. Okay.
No,
But
Sorry.
listen, the Iron Fangs. I mean, I'm sure I know that you think very little of us, but since we're on the same ships, maybe we should look after each other back. What do you say?
Are you flirting with me?
Okay, I don't have an eyelid, so I cannot squint my eye. But
if you could, you would be.
well, not really my intention, but it's more like a truce, more like a invitation for to work together.
Maybe. What is your name?
You could call me Van.
He reaches out his hand. It's like this big, beefy hand comes up to you. My name is Morgan.
Yeah, I meet his hands. Who
And
else?
this is Noel. And he points to the other, like the Asian berserker guy. Large, silent, also kind of like physically imposing.
What name did you say? Sorry.
Noel. Noll.
Noll.
And of course, you know Gerard and his twin brother, Derry. Meg, I can see your eyebrows. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Oh wait, and the guys that I'm talking to is Derry? Oh,
You're
Morgan,
talking to Morgan.
Yeah.
Maybe we can discuss things over dinner.
Well, of course.
A joint transport assignment? Oh, this delivery gets better and better.
No. I checked my book and it said to not work with you. 4.
Oh.
So we will not be working together. It is not a joint. What is the word you said? A joint. What? What did you call it?
A joint And then Hall has like that 404 reading across his face.
Was it?
As he's actually surprised that he was considering it for a minute. He's like, just a joint transport initiative? No, that's not right. And he opens his book. He's like, I apologize. That's never happened before.
What is that there you have? He points at your book.
Just a record of everything that I've witnessed.
What is a record?
It's similar to those picture books you've been reading.
Ah, yes. It is a picture book.
Of everything I've seen, as well as the common language and the symbology used.
He kind of leans over, but there are a lot of words in it. I don't see pictures.
Well, I've been working on caricatures. This is one of my teammates, Alar, as well as the rest of our party, and this is kind of our group gesture. It's similar to the Iron Fangs.
You have a group jester, so they make jokes and dance and sing.
That could bring a little levity and improve morale. No, but that's a great idea. A team jester.
Our group does not have time for jokes and clowns.
Oh,
That's why we are almost at 5 stars.
understood.
Listen, we're looking for a 5th member, so if you want to learn more and play in the big leagues, then join us for dinner.
Well, I thank you for the invitation. I'll be there. I have prior commitments to this group, so I
What is a
can't-
commitment?
a promise, a deal, a contract.
Promise. Yes.
And so I can't break that with the group I'm currently a part of.
I break promises all the time.
Oh, is this another trait of a 5-star? Makes promises. Okay.
It's the trait of a very cool person, a handsome person. So if you want to be cool,
Handsome.
you break promises and you break hearts.
I'm unfamiliar with breaking hearts, but I can get Van's input on different combat techniques.
It's like Patsy. He just lands his big hand on your shoulder. You come to us during dinner. We're going to go find our rooms. Men like us need at least 12 hours of sleep.
Oh, 12 hours of sleep. Of course. Well, I'll see you at dinner.
Goodbye.
He'll turn nervously to Van.
Good.
I don't partake in meals. When is dinner?
You're really going to go?
Well, 2 of their members have offered, and I figured it'd be, if I'm going to reject their claim, it'd be best to hear out their pitch first.
Well, Van and I will have a lovely dinner together, won't we, Van?
I mean, you know that I don't eat, but I'll be your company.
I sense I've upset you, Sirona. What?
Well, it's just I thought maybe this was
Sironas?
a for life
It's-
thing.
It is. That's why I said tens of years until I joined the Iron Fangs. But with your half-elf heritage, that could be more.
Sirona!
Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
I,
Ignore it.
Sirona!
if he seems to need your attention.
Hey! What? What? You turn around.
You should like turn around.
You see Gerard. You see all 4 of the men had like stepped down. He's the last one there, so they've all left. So he's like at the top of the stairs before going down. As he looks at you, he's like, "Come here."
Oh my. This is more. Van, we can talk about it over dinner. And she'll like, go over to him.
This is crazy, right?
What on earth are you doing here?
Hey, last minute we got this job and we're told to board this ship, and so now we're here.
How long are you on for? We're here for 4 days. I hope you're here for less than that.
We're going to Sharn.
No. Gerard, this was a really important job for me. Really important.
I don't have anything to do with your job. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but you being here and just distracting me with all of your muscles and your winks and your pats on the door. No, I have to focus on the job. No, this isn't. What happens back at the guild is not happening here. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Listen, our group is all about having fun, and you can have fun inside the guild and outside the guild. Like, how do you think we're almost at 5 stars by not having fun with multiple people all the time?
Multiple people?
What?
What do you mean multiple people? You are a pig, and she like you like hit, sort of like pushes him away.
He grabs your hand as you go to push him, and pulls you in. But he smells really good.
I bet he does.
He grabs your hand.
What?
Listen, we didn't say this was exclusive.
Oh no, but I think maybe perhaps you come into my room nearly every night. Oh, is the one night a week you don't spend with me the ones that you spend with multiple people? Is that what this is? No, I'm not doing that. No, I am a moondrift. I am not somebody who is a part of a multiple person situation. That's not let's go of my hand. I'm leaving.
He goes,
let go.
Listen, babe, I need you to calm down.
You are. Get off. Now, off. And she'll start, like, slapping his hand more.
I still got it as he walks down into me.
Wow.
She'll, like, come back over, like cheeks, like, extremely, like, flush from just being, like, angry.
And
while she was gone, I was talking with her, and I was like, don't worry, it's like, I think there's nothing. Don't worry, I think there's nothing wrong with having a dinner with them if you're interested. It's always good to talk to new people and have different perspectives and see other people's perspectives.
Okay.
They might be a little bit of a bad influence on you, but you always it's always good to learn. So yeah, I think you should, if you want to, have a dinner with them. Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with the etiquette, but I would, I'll attend and hear their points. Obviously, they said they're cool and they break promises. So some good qualities to aspire to.
I'm sure you don't have to worry about any etiquette when you are with them. But don't worry too much about the being cool or breaking promises. That probably is not something that I would suggest you to learn from them. But go ahead and hang out with them a little bit. See if you can, if there's something like interested you in. I don't know, maybe it's their behavior, their way of life. You might pick up a thing or two.
Of course, I'll observe them and see what kind of habits are beneficial to the group as well as myself. But you're taking this a lot better than Sirona.
Just like for me, I just feel like most of the times when something happens, it happens. We just have to, play. How do they say that again? Deal with the card that you are dealt with.
Deal with the carpet you are dealt with.
Well, no, don't quote me on that. What was this? Just gonna have to place the card that you are dealt.
Oh, it's similar to the phrase "life is a game, life is a stage." So these cards you're dealt are the skills. I don't know how fate factors in, or destiny, or gut feelings, but I'll look to see what cards they were dealt, and see if I can obtain some as well. Thank you, Van.
I cannot smile, but there's a little like delight kind of emotions on Van head, Van face. I'm like, Yeah, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
And soon enough, you guys could see that everybody's making like the final preparations. Everything has been boarded and tied up. You can see the captain. She has stepped to the wheel, and she kind of like takes a deep breath as her hand is at the wheel, and you could feel that subtle vibration pulse throughout the deck. As you can feel like there's some type of like connection is established. You could see that the light intensifies around the air elemental. You could see like in like elemental veins and intricate patterns. And you feel like it's just like channeling this energy as it starts to illuminate, and the ship hums with that awakened energy, and the elemental ring like officially comes alive. And you could see that kind of swirling vortex of like translucent currents and shimmering with that bluish hue. The air around the ship starts to stir as you guys start to rise higher and higher. And soon enough, you guys are in the clouds and then reaching above the clouds. The captain, she focuses, the ship responds, and a low resonant hum builds as the energy reaches its peak. As you guys are officially on your way to Sharn. The ground falls away, landscape expands. It's very beautiful. It's very breathtaking here as you guys are kind of smoothly and gently, flying through the air. As the captain has set course for Sharn. So if there's nothing else you guys would like to do, for this section, we'll move on to nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I'm surprised nobody was like insight check on Gerard or like the paper, or no one like investigated it.
I feel like because they're like the 5-star guild, it's sort of like what they say
that's
goes.
what I was about to say. I was like, Hall has a hard time confronting the 5-star guild because like they're not capable of trouble. They're obviously 5-star.
There's a hierarchy, even if it's unofficial.
There's an unofficial hierarchy that you guys are respecting.
Yeah, like a 3-star doesn't question a nearly 5-star.
Van is just kind of like give them like a benefit of a doubt, and he's gonna keep an eye on them, but for now he's just like not gonna like question them too much.
Okay. So then we are off, you guys. You guys are officially on your way to Sharn. I'm gonna show you the map one more time so we can go over the this is, so you guys know this is the route that the captain said, and this is what you should be going along, right? If everything goes correctly, which it should, no issues. Simple job.
No reason why not.
So you guys are on the ship. There's the
4
ship.
days later.
You're starting at Fairhaven, okay? She said there's going to be a stop in Rote, the city here. Right? It's going to be a stop for supplies, and then continue down. Then you're at Sharn. Very south of Corvair. Entering into the nation of Breland. That's where Sharn is at. But yeah, so that's the route. That's what you guys know. We're gonna go back to the airship. It's nighttime. And you can see that it's kind of been transformed. You can see that tables have been brought up here. It's like a long, kind of like dining hall style canteen. Long tables sit along the top as food is being brought out by other members of the crew, and you could see that the Iron Fang guys are kind of just sitting there like kings, waiting to be served. They're at one end of the table already sitting. A lot of the crew, it looks like they're waiting, kind of like this is like their protocol or their tradition, but like nobody's sitting just yet. Except for the Iron Fang guys. They're sitting at the table.
They're awful.
What are you guys doing as you come up, or maybe you stayed up here until the evening? Maybe you took a nap, but what are you guys doing?
I think Hall would be looking over the sides of the ship. It's been a while since he was airborne, so he's looking at the terrain below, and he might have lost track of time, so he kind of startles a bit.
Yeah.
Seeing that a lot of the crew has gone down below. Sirona? Would this be the time that dinner occurs?
Yes, Hall, and I think you should have a very good time with the Iron Fangs. Even if they are all lying, manipulative, using people, I think that if you want to have a talk with them, you should. You know the gut feeling thing we were talking about? Mine is saying don't go near them, personally. But if yours says something different, well, I mean, I can't argue with that. But yes, sorry, yes, this is dinner time. You can go over to them. They should be waiting.
Well, thank you, Sirona. Yes, I will converse with them for a bit, and I'll let you know what I find out regarding the cards they were dealt.
Cards they were. What? Try and get some insight on how they organize, how they compile everything. Just inside secrets. Things that can help us. Try and learn some of those too.
A little bit of espionage.
Exactly, Hall. Yes, exactly that. But again, I mean, don't take anything they say as the truth because they lie.
So interpret all statements as false. Understood.
Well, I mean, it's not particularly wrong. Anyway, enjoy yourself. We'll be right over here.
All right. Well, I'll see you both later. And Hall will quickly kind of hurry down to the dining area. He kind of stops still, seeing everybody at attention, as if he's come late to an event.
As you approach, they go, our new friend. What was your name again?
My designation's Hall.
Hall. Have a seat. Our new brother.
A brother? Sirona's talked about family, and family's a strong tie. I'm honored, and he'll kind of pull out his seat and sit down.
Yes, have a seat. They said they will serve us like kings. Kings
really?
Hall. Yes.
That's wow. To be treated like a monarch.
Oh, amazing. And then you see Gerard looks at you. Hey, what's the deal with your other crewmate, Sirona? He's giving me the cold shoulder.
I'm not entirely sure. She said that you were horrid and liars.
Listen, you want to know the problem with new couriers like yourself? He leans back.
Yes, I would like to alleviate that problem and rectify it if I can.
You get too caught up in the job. Forget to enjoy the ride with everybody along the way. Multiple people along the way. You know what I mean?
Enjoy the ride.
Have fun.
Have fun?
Yeah, it's dangerous, but if you ain't having fun, then why are you doing it? You know what I mean?
I don't, but it's from my companions. I understand that their level of enjoyment. But meeting up new people has always been interesting for me.
Listen, you gotta have fun. If you're not having fun, you're not loving the job, and if you don't love the job, you're not going to be good at it.
Loving the job
equals having fun with multiple people.
Oh, this is insightful. How does one love the job?
Listen, if you're good at your job, if you're good at, working your assets. That's it. That's all he says, and he just looks at you.
Of course! Using your available skills to increase production rates.
Exactly. Your available physical skills. He leans in. puts his
Yes.
elbows on the table, and finally, like, you can see that food is starting to be laid down on the table, and he's still talking to you, like, not watching the crew like lay down food. He says, "You want to make a name for yourself?
Of course.
Forget the fancy titles, forget the golds. You take the jobs no one else will, okay? The ones that scare people.
Oh,
Do that, and suddenly your name means something."
high risk equals high reward.
Exactly.
Of course.
Remember to have fun with a lot of people along the way.
Have fun with a lot of people. Love the job, and equals having fun with the job. Okay. Wow. And did you pick this up over the course of your tenure here, or?
My dad taught me a lot when I was 16. He turned me into a man, if you know what I mean.
I don't, but I appreciate the sentiment.
I'll have to explain it to you another time. He says, now eat. I heard the soup is going to be really good.
Oh, of course. I guess I
And
will.
he's just watching. He's watching you, and everybody else is like dug in. You can see the crew is finally sitting down as everything has been placed on the table. The tables formally.
I picture Van and Sirona sat on like a tiny table, like out in the corner, you know, like out of the way, like so they still get fed, but it's like not involved with like this like coronation going on in the slightest.
He says, Gerard's like, I know your kind can like technically eat. I know it won't hurt you.
Yes, we can kind of convert biomass into fuel.
Exactly. Hey,
let me
just
just-
to make a man happy, let's take a sip of that soup, huh?
Of course. Let me just unfasten my faceplate.
Oh,
Here.
fascinating. Look, I haven't seen that before.
And so he'll kind of remove his bronze faceplate. There'll be gears inside and that kind of bluish flame that's used for his eyes. And so he'll open up that and then kind of pick up the bowl and kind of pour it on the flame. So it kind of douses it a bit and the gears kind of slow a bit, but he upends it.
Okay, so can I get a roll from you? Just want to see how fluid you and how well you can do this.
I feel like he's being so mean to him. I hate this.
So to see how like what this would be
Is this
Finesse.
Performance.
Ooh.
finesse. Yeah, you're trying not to like spill anything.
Okay. No wet bags.
He go looks at you. Classic rookie mistake. Never take soup on a moving transport, you dummy. He like hits you on the shoulder. Listen, that was a trick question. You don't take soup on a moving transport.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Let me
stick to
pick out a
bread
few
and
things.
dried meat, unless you like wearing your meal.
Oh, I see.
You
Words of
completely
wisdom.
you spilled it all over the table. It's all over yourself. A few got on the crew next to you, and they kind of like scoot over.
So no soups on moving transports.
Exactly. But yeah. So I mean, everybody's digging in. You could hear. It's kind of like lively. It's very relaxed. People are talking to each other. You know, the hum of conversation, clatter of plates, the occasional burst of laughter as people are talking. But he says, Gerard looks at you. Listen, if you join us, you could be a rising star. Endless possibilities. You understand? Endless.
Endless? I mean, have you found your purpose being a 5-star courier?
Well, we're not 5 stars yet, but we're almost there. As
Oh,
long
and
as
yeah,
we
of
keep
course.
having fun. You know what I mean? And he winks at you.
Yes, loving the job. Loving the job is fun.
Exactly. Knowing how to use those assets.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, of course. Pooling available resources and using them at adequate intervals. Yes.
Listen, someone like you never get tired, right?
If I take enough damage, I do need to fix to alleviate that stress. But yes, of course, I don't get tired.
Asset.
Yeah.
Someone like me, I can only last for, an hour or two tops on a good night, you know? You, 8 hours, I bet. 8 hours. Him and the other guys, they're all chewing their food like, yeah, 8. And they're just, as they're stuffing their bodies with meat and bread and alcohol. There's wine and ale.
I never thought of using that time for more productive endeavors. Mostly everyone's resting.
You gotta stay protected. You're right. Stay protected. You don't want to have any surprises in the next 9 months. You know what I mean?
Of course, wearing adequate armor and using
Protection.
defensive equipment. Yes, protection. Wow.
Protect the assets. Okay.
Oh, yes, of course. Making sure transport is heavily guarded, as well as.
I guess you could call it transport. That's not what I call it. And I'm gonna cut to Sirona and
Miss Sirona, how do you enjoy your dinner?
Did we also get the soup?
yeah, you got soup.
She's like sort of kind of half missing some mouthfuls, but she's had a few, she's managed to get a few, I feel. It's different. I think you can see how much of an issue I'm having with this.
Right. Maybe it's maybe you can do something like dip your bread in it and then eat the bread, something like that.
Really? Are you sure you can't eat? And she'll sort of like stop, like tearing the bread and dipping it.
I normally don't, but I do have some familiars with food and whatnot, because I've been serving my house for a while, so I do have to have some certain knowledge in terms of I do even know how to cook for a little bit. Not exactly the best cook, because as you know, we don't have a taste buds, so I cannot taste my own food. So I cannot cook anything difficult. But for some simple dish, I can still give it a try.
But you never get to eat it. That's quite sad.
Honestly, it's alright. Because it's worse when you get to experience something and then and then you couldn't do it anymore. Like when you don't know what it's like, and it's kind of like you don't know what you're missing. So what I do feel curious about is as you know, so I have mainly it's constructed by armors, like metals and wood. It feels rather annoying every time it's rain. The rains kind of make my metals get rusty, and my wooden interiors is get damaged by the rain. Is quite rather annoying. I do wonder what it feels like to feel the rain with skin and like others.
How the rain feels.
Or like when you take a bath, that's just not something that we do.
Well, there's different types of rain. So obviously you have I suppose the normal rain when you think of rain. Imagine how the words pitter patter sound.
Right.
It feels like that on the skin. And dependent on the weather, sometimes the rain can feel actually quite warm. But then obviously you have other types of rain. When you're racing on your horse and it's coming at you and hitting you in the face, that kind of thing. That's quite sharp. Like needles. I don't suppose you know what's a needle. scratchy on the
that's-
surface, but in small parts. I've never really had to think about what the rain feels like. What's got you so... What's the word, man?
I what do you mean? Like what got me so interested in this, or like what?
Inter... You're looking into yourself.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is insightful,
Insightful, yes. But like towards yourself.
right?
Does that make sense?
I
Well,
guess
you know,
it
between
makes
between
sense.
Hall asking me about gut feelings and how that sounds and how that feels like, and you asking how the rain feels on skin, it feels very sad.
I, I see what you mean. I'm sure you. I think you. I'm sure you don't have to feel that way. We, Warforged. It's just that we do get to live a very long life, and we have a lot of time for ourselves to think about stuff. Especially is because most of us was designed and constructed for the war. But after the wars, well, most of us lose the purpose of what should we do next. So we have a lot of times. We spend a lot of time thinking about like ourselves, and then what should we do? Who are we in this societies and all that good stuff?
Is that why you decided to become a servant?
It's not exactly that I decided to become a servant. Somebody's invited me to be a servant. Well, it was a bodyguard at first, but then turned into a servant. But the point is, yes, I I was lucky enough to just meet the right person at the right times and get into the right job that I love and enjoy. So
So you really couldn't see yourself doing anything else? Having a boss that, you know, praises you and compliments you, is that not something that would, what did Hall say, make you feel fulfilled?
um. Well, I'm sorry. Once more time. I lost my train of thought. What did you say?
Oh my god, what did I say? Basically, she was basically asking like, why do you put up with the name, like the way he treats you?
Oh, Eller.
Yes.
I honestly I don't feel like I have to put up with it. He is he might act a little bit like how do I put this? Maybe not appropriate for a man of his positions, and maybe a little bit immature. But he's young, and I know that he's a good man at heart. He have a lot of potential. He just need to, get into the right directions, and that's why I hope that this whole adventuring things can help him to grow up a little bit, get a little bit more mature.
So, say he learns a lot from being here and decides to move on. Does that mean you'd go with him?
Sadly, yes. I would be accompanying him until I think that is capable of, handling things by himself.
Well, how do you decide that?
This is once again. So I don't know why you feel like I know the answer to everything. Sometimes you just know.
Like a gut feeling.
That's right.
So, Hall, first rule of this job. You want to know it?
Oh, yes. It's not love the job and use your assets.
That's part of it. This is like the other berserker, but he's like quieter.
Oh, is this
He's
Miller?
the Asian one.
No. Yeah.
Because he's eating the soup, but perfectly. Like none of it's getting spilled on him. So like
Wow.
you can see him like he's flowing with the waves of the way the ship is moving in the air. He says, "Never take a job where the pay is too good. Means either you're not expected to survive it, or someone's setting you up to fail."
Oh. Alar brought up a similar point with this redemption job, but really, why would an employer set you up, though? They want you to succeed. They give you a task and they expect results.
You know, you see him like shrug his shoulders. Takes another bite. Yeah, I don't know. But you want to know the second rule?
Sure.
Always eat when you can. You never know when your next meal's coming. Your next meal.
Oh. Okay. I don't normally consume food, but I will now.
Gerard says, so what's your go-to move in a fight?
Go-to move, provide defense for my companions and
Provide defense. Huh. So you don't strike first.
I usually, to be honest, I have a hard time ascertaining the best targets. I usually take Van's lead on that one and then provide support.
I had a feeling you're the wait and see type of fella. Yeah?
Yes.
No, I get it. You know, sometimes waiting is smart. But in our line of work, hesitation gets you killed, you know? Best lesson I ever learned was make your move before they make theirs.
Oh, a preemptive strike?
Exactly. Even if it's not the best move, at least you can control the tempo.
Oh, minimize collateral damage and control the fallout.
And you see him, he just puts his elbow on the table with one hand up.
Oh, is this one of those companion greetings?
No, even better. It's an arm wrestle.
Oh, a test of physical prowess. Of course. And he'll bring up his arm.
Says before you join our group, you gotta be strong, obviously. You see these?
Yes.
And he lifts up his arms to show his muscles, and he starts to flex. You see these?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's all he says. Yeah.
Interesting. Yes, I've
Yeah,
heard
let's
that
go.
training
Yeah.
allows development like that.
Exactly.
Alright.
See, I'm not as huge as Morgan over here. But you know, some people don't like that. You remember how I said we have fun with a lot of people?
Oh, yes, of course.
He's too much.
He's too much fun?
Yeah, something like that. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna
He'll clasp
roll.
his hand.
You're gonna roll a strength roll against his. Okay.
Oh, might roll or strength? Just
Might.
straight strength.
We're going to roll might. And this is gonna be simple. Whoever is highest is the one that gets pushed down.
Okay.
Please.
Oh!
Nice.
Yay!
21.
Nice.
Okay.
There we go.
Huge.
So let's see what he rolls.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's like the battle of wills.
Oh,
damn.
hey, he says, it's like slams it down. Oh, like stands up. Oh, and everybody like is looking at him like, okay. And the captain comes over to you guys, and she goes, "This is a time for dinner. We don't play around like this right now. Respectfully."
It was a test. It wasn't playing around. We were just testing my admittance into the Iron Fangs, but I failed, so...
These
guess.
types of tests are for after dinner. Yes, gentlemen? And Gerard goes up to her.
Oh
Hey.
boy. No. No.
Hey, how you doing?
Considering I
she-
hear this.
And she-
Out here.
I mean, there's a lot of people talking. You guys are at the other end.
I feel like she'd see it though. Like she'd
You do
watch.
see it. You do
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
we
He did-
see
he
it.
did
We see it for
stand. He
sure.
did stand up to be like, I won.
Yeah, I
Because,
kind of look over. Oh, wait, go ahead.
He says he goes to the captain. He goes, there's two ways to handle these type of high pressure situations. Stay on top, or let things get out of hand. But personally, I like to see how much I can take before things start getting intense. And he smirks, like watching for any reaction. She has nothing on her face, just like the most deadpan, serious. And he like casually takes a bite into his bread. He's like, whatever. And she just turns around and leaves. And he just shrugs. You win some, you lose one. Okay, listen, Paul.
Yes.
You don't win every fight, but this is why I'm in the position I'm in, and you're where you're at.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I'm incapable of that sort of training. I'll have to pick my friend Van's mind for how to improve in that area. I apologize for not meeting the strength requirement for the Iron Fangs.
Oh no, but you were super close. You almost got me there. You almost got me.
Yes.
Here, let me pull you over to the side. Let me tell you something.
Of course. Yes. A private discussion.
Pulls you off to the side. He says, "Look, I'll be real with you. You're carrying something important, aren't you?"
I mean, it is quite valuable to not only those receiving the gift, but also to us. It is our way out of the probationary period.
Of course. Listen. We know how this business works. People don't send elite couriers. You guys aren't so elite just yet, but they don't send our types to move unimportant packages. Whatever's in
Yes.
that box, or crate, whatever it is, someone's gonna want it bad enough to kill for it. Do you understand?
Of course, there is that risk involved, rival houses and such. But
Yeah, exactly.
we're adequately armed, and we will be close to our transit destination once we arrive in Sharn.
He gets, and then you see him like get like a serious face, no smirk. He points his finger at you and towards the rest of your party, and he says, "So, if you haven't already, you better start asking yourself the real question. What's your move when someone tries to take it from you?
What's up?
Because trust me, someone will."
Oh.
And there's a brief
I-
pause. But he leans back, has his drink. But hey, maybe you'll get lucky and it'll be some second-rate thugs with dual knives. Here's to hoping.
Yeah, of course. Yes. If you'll excuse me, I have to draft up some countermeasures, but I thank you for your consideration to the Iron Fangs, and you've given me a lot of pearls of wisdom. So, but yes, I need to figure out the answer to that question you posed.
I'm serious. Think about it.
Of course, yes. I'll think on it.
Do you make your way back to your group?
Yes, he would. He kind of has his book open, he's kind of furiously scrawling as he does.
Okay. You guys see him making his way back to you.
Oh, so how was dinner?
It was insightful. And they gave me a lot to think on, and oh no, I forgot to consider the hands they were dealt. I got too enraptured by their wisdom that I forgot to transcribe their lifestyles and habits, like you said, Van.
Well,
But-
it's fine. It's fine as long as you enjoy yourself and if you learn something, that's great.
Yes, I learned quite a bit, and it was great to hear their perspectives. I'm a little concerned about our cargo, but there's no need to worry about that. The captain has it under lock and key. It's just once we do get the package in 4 days, I'll have something drafted up by it. No,
I,
no.
I,
Right.
I thought you were feeling better about the cargo.
Um, and I am. I mean, it's in a safe spot. It's just more once we do have it. If other people try to get it, but of course, I'm already drafting a few things up in case of confrontation. Because that's what a 5-star would do.
We've had people come for our packages all of the time. Or been able to fight them off before. I mean, apart from the last job, any time, but we handle it.
Yes, but this package is worth a lot to not only those receiving it, but to us. Because if we don't deliver it, we won't be part of the guild, and you'll. Yeah. And as you said, you sacrificed a lot for this position, so I feel like there's a lot riding on it.
No, you are right. I suppose it is best to be a bit more thorough with this one than the others. Did you get any tips?
Yes, to utilize
Insight?
my assets, to use protection.
Protection? You mean armor?
Yeah, yes, of course. See, I think to let's see what was the correct phrasing. To love the job, to have loving the job equals fun, and you should always have fun on the job.
Wait a second. Who gave you these nuggets of wisdom
I
specifically?
Well, Gerard gave me some, but Noel also gave me some insightful things, and as well as the rest of the group.
Oh, so they all?
Each one pitched in. I'm not supposed to eat any liquid foods while on a moving transport. But I'm also supposed to eat when I can, so I'm going to learn how to eat. Never take a job that seems too good and that pays too good, or you'll regret it.
That one seems wise.
Make your move before they make theirs. And you shouldn't be too caught up in your titles or the job specifications, and you should just enjoy the ride. Which I guess I am working against some of these with those countermeasures, but
Well, you can't work on everything all at once.
Oh, I forgot. You said they're liars, so I'm supposed to. Oh, I forgot to treat these statements as false.
I mean, maybe just take a moment with them and see how you feel about them.
Yeah. I mean, I I'm not sure. Yeah. Maybe they probably have a different uh uh approach and different way to look at things. But there's some wisdom there. I would agree with. But they mentioned. Just by the way, did they mention anything about the job that they are on right now?
That it's some. Well, no, not really. They mentioned that five. Well, they're not 5 stars. I was corrected on that point, but they're a group that's always entrusted with the most sought after items, and they're always sure to protect them. So it's usually things of high value or critical, or of a critical nature.
I see. Well, there's still plenty of times for during our missions. We can, yeah, if you want to join them for another dinner, you always can. I don't think that is necessarily a bad things.
Um, I, I have to admit I failed one of their tests, so I don't know if I'll be invited to more dinners. But
Don't worry about that. I somehow I think they would be delighted to have you again.
Oh, well, here's hoping. And I did have a question because what do we do to improve our strength? Because I know we have a certain capacity. Again, it's an extraneous thought. But I see that you two have also partaken in dinner. How did that go?
Well, for me, I enjoyed it. We have a lovely conversations, and I hope that Miss Soronas did enjoys the food.
I did. You know how one of those rules was to not eat liquid on a moving
Yes.
vehicle? Well, Van showed me if you dip your bread into it and then you eat it, and it works. Hall. I know you said you wanted to learn how to eat, so I think
Yes.
that could be a good place to start. We can have lessons. I'll
Oh.
teach you. I'll teach you.
Using capillary water movement to ingest. Oh, this is. Oh, it's inspired. I'm going to have to write this down.
So I think it's a perfectly reasonable goal to learn how to eat. If Van had those ideas and he's never eaten either, I could teach you both.
Sure. That would be great.
So,
I mean,
what does Sirona think of the advice that was given to Hall? Like, genuinely, just in her own thoughts from what she heard, what does she think?
I feel like she'd be able to pick out which ones were Gerard's, which ones
Right,
that
right.
type thing, you know. Um,
But overall, of the advice given,
not all of it was bad advice, and that's kind of like the bit she's stuck on because she doesn't want to like it because it's them, and she's like, and the ones that are like Gerard said that she's like looking for like the hidden meaning in them just in case there's like something coded in there for her, and then when there isn't, it's making her more annoyed. So she's just like,
so
this isn't something I want to think about.
as you're thinking about this, my foundry just kind of crapped out. So I have
Yeah, mine
Yeah,
too. Cool.
like-
Cool.
like
We're all
what-
in the same boat.
Okay,
like
so no
connection
longer.
roll.
I was
Okay.
like, oh no, is this me?
Okay, foundry crapped out, but you guys kept going. Love that. But we're gonna end the session. But we're gonna end the session on this. As you guys are talking, everybody's still up top. Suddenly, the ship jolts violently. The deck tilts, it sends crates, people fall over in their chairs, on the benches, passengers stumble as a deafening crack of energy echoes from below the ship. You see like red warning runes flare along the walls, and Captain Sarantha's voice booms throughout the ship. All hands, brace for impact! The elemental binding is failing! She's like yelling that out. And at this point, I would have asked everybody to roll for initiative.
Let's go. Let's do it.
I was able to rejoin.